my girls, gays and days. How's it going? It's your boy Nate. I read books because reading is sexy, and if you're not reading, you're not sexy. Someone had to tell you. So, let it be known that I filmed this yesterday, but tonally it just felt off. What a better way to do it than to actually bring you to the theme itself. It's 7 a.m., morning blue, and for fall, I can't help but be blue. Like, I'm just a naturally sad person. Doom and gloom over here, let me tell you. And it spruces up. It shows its true colors during fall. I had thought that the blue I was looking for was in the vast expansiveness in my recent viewing of Terrence Malick's Badlands, but I couldn't find like a film still of anything blue outside of Martin Sheen's blue denim jacket and jeans, or Sissy Spacek's baby blue tee, more of a deep navy. And then maybe I was actually thinking of David Lynch's blue and Blue Velvet. It's a very striking blue in comparison to the muted suburban look in that film. And then maybe I was actually thinking of Derek Jarman's Blue, a sort of documentary film about a man's experience with AIDS in New York. And the whole film is just this color blue. And I don't know which variation of blue that I'm actually speaking about, but I think some of these books that I've picked will lean into that blue. Let's talk about this thick stack. We got a couple of big bad boys here, so let's get into this. But of course, let me give you the monologue. From the blue city, I'm thinking about Laura Palmer and the Badlands, the white noise of great beauty. I'm thinking about what I'll write home about. The tall tales, things for my therapist, gray elephants, sex, doubles, mirrors of the self. Because that's all there is. Being in between the self and the other. Playing comparisons, competing blues. Drawing the fine line between mystery and desire. My ethos is completely Cold War, and there's very little to do but think and think until my head is fed with too much openness. I'll tell it to the mountains, to the great open sky. I want to find the Lynchian blue in between dream and nightmare. Yeah, y'all, I'm going Cold War emo for this, so let's get into it. Speaking of blue, maybe I was speaking to the Sally Rooney Intermezzo blue. I love the deep blue on the cover. I've started this about 20% of the way through, and I'm going to not say any mean things at the moment because I think it's been overhyped. I think having seen it everywhere has made me want to read it less. What we have is two brothers, different ages, grieving over the death of their father. And so far we have the usual Rooney awkward sexual intimacies, but the writing is third person, but for one of the brothers, it's written with this very staccato, detail-oriented prose where it's supposed to mimic sort of the ways grief strikes us and leaves us stricken and interrupts the rhythm of our daily lives. I think it's fine for now, but again, only 20% of the way through, and it's a chunka of a book, so I'll leave you my thoughts later. Sort of starting off fall, we'll be doing Intermezzo, Sally Rooney. Big sip, y'all, big sip. I said a lot of words. Next up, I have this gorgeous book gifted to me by Alex from What Page Are You On? We met in Tokyo, and this was just such a beautiful gift. Thank you, Alex. I love you. This is Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf, and on the other side is The Hours by Michael Cunningham. And I loved these pressed flowers. I think we forget that though the foliage brittles off towards winter death, it's always a nice reminder to have flowers. This will be a reread for me. The Wolf, I haven't read The Hours by Michael Cunningham, and I've been kind of holding it off until I do this reread of Mrs. Dalloway, and you know, what a perfect way to do it. Woolf, I think, always has that inherent blue in her. I always enjoy the way that the insularity of her characters is so expansive, almost like major field work, that though the living of life is outside and external, there's so much inside that we have to work towards as well. And what is better than to revisit such a classic? Excited to do this. I've also got Banana Yoshimoto's Amrita. This is about a celebrated actress who suddenly dies under shocking circumstances, leaving behind an older sister, Sakumi, who suffers from memory loss in the wake of an accident. I think I was just drawn to this cover a lot. This is designed by Carolina Raquel Antique, and It's just this sort of muted adolescent blue. I think it's there, right on their faces. I've only ever done Kitchen, and to be honest, I thought it was just fine. So I've wanted to read more of her work since then, and it wasn't until I saw these covers that I was like, okay, time to do it, time to do it. But yeah, I love this illustrator. She also did the cover for Lizard and NP, which I also want to get my hands on. They're just beautiful covers. I mentioned Lynch, David Lynch, about blue and in the monologue. I couldn't help but choose this for fall. On the back here, it's blurbed as Nancy Drew meets David Lynch. Sold! Give that to me. Yeah, we got The Case of the Missing Men. This is part of the Hoptown Mystery series by Kris Bertin and Alexander Forbes. It's a graphic novel, and I just love the artwork in it. It's so old school. I found this by way of a Canadian bookstagrammer. If y'all know who I'm talking about, let me know their name, because I'm trying to find their name again, and I can't seem to find it. She put me on this first, and I was just sold by the cover. And she had mentioned that, like, she had read it as a kid, and I was like, ooh, how fun to have grown up with Lynch as a kid. Nightmares for days. Okay, transparency, y'all. Sometimes I don't read the books that I should have read and had mentioned in my reading lists. Like for summer, we've got a carryover. Y'all, big Swiss again, Jen Beagin. I did not manage to read this for summer. I just got too busy. So yeah, what's better than therapy? If you got the blues for fall, what's better than therapy? And today's video is sponsored by, just kidding, I don't have BetterHelp. But if anyone must know, I was once a guinea pig for BetterHelp. I was one of the first people to have tried it, done it. Anyway, if you need that bit of Nathan lore. I love paintings for the cover of books, and yeah, I think you always need one for fall. This one will be it for me. For the longest time, I've put off reading Susan Sontag because I've always been intimidated by her. But now is the time. You know why? Because in the month of August, I had watched Duet for Cannibals, a film that Susan Sontag wrote and directed. Yeah, y'all, the woman wrote and directed a movie in Sweden. It's a Swedish psychological drama that's Bergman-esque, but it doesn't really hit the mark because it's actually quite dull, quite a slog to get through, but I think it's interesting. And because I watched the film, I wanted to slide myself easy into her work, and what a better way to do it than my love for film. And so I watched this, and when I picked up on the writing and the aggressiveness, but also flair of the writing, I was like, you know what? I think I can do this. I think I can do this. Because for the longest time, yes, I was that person. I was that gay in the Castro who watched, you know, Paris is Burning at the Castro Theater and was like, I know what camp is. Have I read Notes on Camp? No. I know the name Sontag, but I've not read anything by her. And now is the time. Now is the time because I'm so sick and tired of being like, oh, Susan Sontag. I know that name, but I've not read anything by her. And it's time to do it. But y'all, let me know, what Sontag have you read? Because I don't have a very clear ground of where to start, but I'm just gonna do it. I have 2 or 3 other Sontags on my shelf that I'll get to, but for fall, I'm going to do on women. This has just been sitting on my shelf for a bit. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. I've talked about this one before. Feminism, fascism, film. Sold. Sold. What's not to love there? But yeah, also love how retro this cover is. Wow. I wish we went back to simpler covers like this. You know, I love the Fitzcarraldo edition's simplicity, but this is fun. Sontag. Fun. Who would have thunk? We've got another carryover, y'all. The Virgin Suicides by Jeffrey Eugenides. I recently watched Lick the Star by Sofia Coppola. I think it's her debut film, but it's a short film. You can watch the whole thing on YouTube for free. It's 13 minutes long. Just do it. It's wonderful. It's about mean middle school girls. What's not to love there? And I can't help but think of girlhood for fall, you know? I'm a Gilmore Girls kind of gal. I don't think they're as mean as the Lisbon sisters here, or as mean as the girls in Lick the Star. Are the Lisbon sisters mean? See, this is why we need a reread. We have a group of girls who are obsessed by a group of boys who narrate the book in the collective we. I've always loved that, and I've always loved Eugenides' writing, and I've always loved the film for this. It screams back to school to me. So we're going back to school. Virgin Suicides, Jeffrey Eugenides. Excited to do this again.
Gus hires, a lot of times he just hires people to play parts, like landlords and working with Gus Van Sant. He's the greatest.
Gus Van Sant. Okay, I watched this yesterday. Still a wonderful interview. It's between Robin Williams and Whoopi Goldberg. Gus Van Sant. Gus Van Sant. We Got Pink by Gus Van Sant. I think this was mentioned by Anna Wallace Johnson recently. But I've always loved Elephant. I was going to make a back-to-school joke with that, but let's not go there. The movie came back into my radar when I had learned that Gus had tried to find a particular film of Kodak that wasn't produced anymore, and so it was really expensive to shoot the film. There are just these vivid colors in there that you can't get ever again. And I think that's beautiful and remarkable in a way, because I think when we think of memories, they're dyed in this specific hue. It's hard to change the color of that hue. You know, things fade, but I think you always remember the color of things. Or I think it's a good memory exercise. Like, when we remember memories, what color was that shirt? What color was that table? What color was that book? What color was the hair of my high school lover? That kind of thing. Anyway, is this about high schoolers? Let me see. I had done this yesterday, and I've forgotten what this is about. We're in Sasquatch, Oregon. Spunky Davis. Can I just stop there? Spunky Davis, middle-aged maker of infomercials, mourns the death of his friend and favorite infomercial presenter, teen idol Felix Arroyo. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. Ooh, look at this. Who says this? Those who liked My Own Private Idaho's dark, playful sensibility will find Pink happily perversive and entertaining. Okay, I'm sold. Always loved sort of the sensitive sensibility to Gus's work, and I want to see what it's like in the written form. I hear this is okay. It's not that great, but it's fine. I don't mind. I think with all of these other reads, they're kind of a bit much, so I think this will be fine. Next up, we have Walking Through Clear Water in a Pool Painted Black by your homegirl, Cookie Mueller. I loved Cookie ever since I saw her in the Warhol films, though not always painted in the best light. Or is it Edie Sedgwick? Anyway, it's sort of that grime glamour that I'm after, and what a better way to do it than through fall. I didn't know that Cookie wrote, so this should be a lot of fun. And there's an introduction by Olivia Lang, so sold, absolutely sold. I believe Pato raved about this a lot, and I've been meaning to get to it. Yeah, this is a short story collection. I think this will be perfect for in between all these reads, and it's a chunker. So we got, I'm pretty sure, some fun, grimy glamour stories. Brat Summer is not dead. It is here to stay in fall. Oh, y'all, also, I'll link downstairs. There's this great mashup of 365 and, oh god, what's that band called? Thunder Rollin'. Me literally looking up Thunder Rolling song. Okay, my internet's not working. Fantastic. Fantastic. God, y'all, what is the name of that band? Ooh, it's gonna bug the poo-poo out of me. Hurry. Hurry. Why is my internet like this right now, y'all? Oh, it's Fleetwood Mac. God, I'm an idiot. Anyway, there's this fun 365 Dreams mashup. That's pretty fab. So Brat Spiritually is here to stay. I think it's canceled in terms of like the way it's been marketed. I'm so sick of it, honestly. But here to stay. Spiritually. Spiritually. Cookie Mueller. Original Brat, honestly. Look at this blue on Sputnik Sweetheart. Haruki Murakami. This will be my maybe 5th or 6th time rereading this. This is my favorite Murakami, mostly because it's about lesbians. You know the way Murakami objectifies women? I think it's fine here because we got lesbians. We got lesbians objectifying another lesbian. So I think that's right. I think that's fine. I think that's right. But in between them is a boy, K, classmate. Anyway, I love this book. I've been in a heavy Murakami rereading sesh as The City and Its Uncertain Walls is reaching publication date soon, and I should really do that. But I'm doing this as a buddy read. Not sure if I'm allowed to say, but super excited to do it with them. Yeah, super excited to just revisit an old favorite. I think revisiting things, you know, back to basics for school is such a good spirit to drive into with your favorites. All your favorite things, bring it into the new semester. So, super excited to do Sputnik Sweetheart. Oh, now I don't know how to pronounce this author's name. Seriously, y'all, what is wrong with my internet today? Okay, y'all, technical difficulties, but next up I have Notes of a Crocodile by QM. I've been meaning to get to this, but what we have is a group of students discovering love, friendship, and artistic affinity And they're all queer, so I'm into it. I'm so into it. Students for fall, groundbreaking. And I think it's always nice to slide in an NYRB for fall. They always do such fantastic covers, and I always love the end pages. Oh, look at that. Oof. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And I like how floppy they are. They're a good feel. They feel like a fun book to haul around campus. I'm not on the campus, but I'm gonna pretend to be. Spiritually. Don't really want to know what this is about, but excited to get to it. Okay, I spoke of David Lynch. We're back. We got The Secret Diary of Laura Palmer. This is actually written by Lynch's daughter, which I'm excited about. I have watched the first 2 seasons of Twin Peaks. They're just really long episodes, and you really have to like be in it and sit with the episodes. And at the time, I was just so busy, I couldn't. But I plan to watch Fire Walk with Me before I get into this, but I just think about that fall foliage in Twin Peaks. It's in me. Oh, beautiful. Can I quickly slide this in, y'all? I want to do better. I want to do better and pronounce things right. Someone recently corrected me on Joseph Boy's name, the pronunciation of his name, and I love that so much. We need to get it right. No more excuses. We need to get it right. So, Joseph Boyes, thank you to whoever did that. I am always appreciative of that. Okay, my internet's not going through, so I will not. QM, y'all, QM. Bugging the doo-doo out of me. Yeah, but it's the diary of Laura Palmer. What great beauty. Ooh, looks fun. But yeah, don't really want to spoil the surprise of what this is. There's literally no information about it. It's like formatted like a cute little diary. I love the fun red here and the gold. It's a good one. Okay, last book is Nightwood by Djuna Barnes. And I really don't want to know what this is about. It's the story of Robin Votes and those she destroys. I'm going to leave it there. This has been... Oh, okay, finally it loaded.
Miaojin.
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 Miaojin. Got it, y'all. Okay. Miaojin. Nightwood, Djuna Barnes. This has been in my TBR since like 2012. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get to it. I'm so sick and tired of being like, I'm gonna get to it, and then I never do. And look, it's already 2024. What is that, 12 years? 12 years. This has been sitting in my TBR. I've been wanting to read this since high school, which is kind of crazy to me. And I'm gonna do it. I just think that the cover there screams fall. Dead leaves, black and white. Give it to me good, Djuna. Give it to me good. And there's an introduction by T.S. Eliot, so super excited to get to this. And yeah, will this be my Depressed Woman moving for the season? Original Depressed Woman moving? Let me know. What is the original Depressed Woman moving? Anyway, y'all, thumbnail. Just kidding. I don't really like putting pictures of myself in my thumbnails. I just don't like myself that much. Y'all, don't forget, I'm a Blackwell's affiliate. If you enjoyed me talking about any of these books, please consider picking them up through my affiliate link downstairs, or use the link for all your other bookish needs. That's it, y'all. What are you reading for fall? Let a good boy know. As always, be well, do good work, keep in touch.